The fog comes out of that, it does come out very hot. I've burned myself a few times. What we need is a fog chiller. Where are you? I can't. I'm lost.
Whoa, I should not breathe this.
This episode of The Modern Rogue is brought to you by Privacy. Head on over to privacy.com/rogue to get your free $5 bonus. I like this one. You know what this one's called? Watch for it. Ready? Defective bulb.
Wow.
So, a lot of cool things I can figure out with light.
Yeah.
We got robots to track people. The podcasts already look incredible. I've been able to start going live on the Modern Rogue channel. But one of my favorite moments is when everything went to kind of 11, when I turned on the fog machine. But I have a problem. There's a moment it looks really, really good, and then eventually it turns in to a Cheech and Chong movie. Watch this on the quad shot. So right now you don't see it, and I turned off the AC. Right now, there we go.
Yeah.
See, okay. So it stopped because it overheated. Now this looks way more interesting, right?
But I'm already disappearing behind camera one.
That's why it's so great.
Okay.
Now do your best. Now do your best, Vincent Price. Darkness howls and spiders delight.
Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood.
Exactly, right? You're supposed to have a hazing effect, which is different than a smoke machine.
Yeah.
That has to do with the particulate size, right?
I think it's also the density of the. I keep trying to.
Go for it. They're here.
I also think it's to do with the density of the particles in the air.
Yeah.
Not just their size, but also how many there are inside the space.
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly so when you shine a spotlight, you can get the effect of that being a spot, right?
If you look into, for example, this spot right here, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's atmosphere. That's
Exactly.
You're creating
can
a
see
God
it.
ray in
Whereas
the studio.
a haze, in fact, all of these lights, if you look at them almost head on, you can see the curling smoke. And I don't mind the fact that you can see the wisps of smoke.
Right.
And at this point now, it's in between our faces and the camera.
Right.
So now it's actually doing a detriment to everything.
Yeah, and what it feels like is we're in a sitcom and they're trying to convince us there's a fire somewhere.
It feels like we should be wearing just nothing but bath towels.
Let's cut and costume change.
I want the whole place to look like Thriller, and I said this on one of the live streams.
Yeah, you did.
And you're like, yeah, you know you could do that. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to spend the money. You're like, no, you could do it right now with the stuff you have.
We have just a bunch of stuff at your place. We can do it.
I'll hit this one more time, and then we'll see what it looks like too saturated. And also, look at this. All of it is rising.
Yeah, it's going up.
And if you go down here where the camera is not going, that's where it's all clear. So I want the exact opposite of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You can hear in our voice, that's another thing that's weird, is you can hear how fuzzy the voice gets.
The fog juice is just the same stuff that's in a vape. It's exactly the same stuff.
Yeah, you mean that super deadly thing that when you're old enough you should use, but only when you're 21 and up because it's too cool for teens?
That's right, kids. Don't vape.
Look at that. Okay, even your BFF can hardly find you now.
It's true. And, like they're really struggling. You want the cold fog because a fog chiller is gonna keep.
Whoa. Let me tee you up clean. Dr. Kmart Vincent Price. What's the solution?
I have the mustache and everything. That's good. Maybe I should have worn a robe.
You said that it's possible. What do we have to do?
Yeah, okay, so we need to have a fog chiller.
A fog chiller.
A fog chiller. So,
more Vincent Price.
What we need is a fog chiller.
Yeah! I understand. I'm just gonna leave
Where
it.
are you? I can't. I'm lost. It's the hounds of the Baskervilles.
I think we firmly established our A/B test. This is the problem we're trying to solve. Is that fog be going up, and we don't want fog to be going up. A fog chiller, if I were to guess, is that you chill the fog.
Yeah, it's in the name.
And considering hot air rises.
Right.
Cold air is going to keep it down to the ground, but what I'm skeptical of is that it'll actually just hang out and remain well behaved.
So that's one of the other things that goes on with these fog machines, right? It's a heating block, and then it's got just a little pump and it's pumping that fog juice, which is glycerin and water, through that heating block, and it's creating a lot, between the pump and then the expansion of that fluid, it creates a lot of velocity. So that smoke, or the fog, is coming out hot, and it's coming out very turbulent. And so what the fog chiller does is it chills the fog, which makes it more dense, which makes it more heavy, right? And so it doesn't want to automatically rise like this, but it also very gently, the fog chiller will interrupt that flow, and it'll slow everything down. So rather than spitting out like crazy like that, it's going to sort of just flow out.
Well, I mean, with dry ice, you've got similar water vapor that's just very, very cold, right?
Yeah, it's a lot like that, but it's also kind of like, you know, when you've got like a dark beer and a light beer, and you kind of make a black and tan, except in Ireland when they're called a half and half, right?
Okay.
So we've got a very dense thing, and we're gonna try and keep it down here, right?
Yeah.
And when that way, so instead of the heat or the turbulence from the thing causing the smoke to rise,
right,
it'll only be the vortexes of our movement that causes the smoke to come up.
Our enemies are the turbulence. We want it
gentle
in an orderly rollout.
Yep.
And then cold, I assume we need more surface area to get more coldness. We need to maximize the amount of time that it lowers the temperature of the fog.
Right.
So the fog just kind of tumbles out.
Right. We want that fog to take a slow, leisurely walk through an icy maze. That's The Shining.
Well, hey, you did kind of drift into Jack Nicholson as you said it.
All work and no play makes Ryer a dull boy.
Welcome to the Bad Impressions Hour with Ryer.
Okay, what is going on with these?
So,
I saw you 3D printing these.
Yeah, so we need to have a place for the fog to go, right? So we're gonna have the fog going into this, which is gonna be our chamber of cold.
Oh, this is close to, okay. So we made a DIY air conditioner on the TV show Hacking the System, and it was an igloo cooler filled with a bunch of ice and a couple of fans that blew warm air in. Air went over the ice melted, the air got cold, and cold air came out. We're just doing the same thing with fog.
Very similar, yeah. I mean, you're describing like a swamp chiller that old cars would have had,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're effectively doing the same thing. The reason I 3D printed these parts, you could do it with regular pipe fittings and something like a wetback hose adapter. I hate hunting down the right fittings for things, especially when we're trying to match. So if we've got CAD programs, if we've got a 3D printer, let's just print it.
This looks super legit. I was surprised. I was like, oh, my 3D printer can be used for useful things.
3D printers are one of the best maker tools.
These look like they're about the right size for deck screws or something? Are we talking about just poking a hole?
Initially, that was the plan. Probably not going to do that for this, but I put them in the design just in case.
Okay.
This is the outlet pipe, obviously. That's what our hose is going to plug into for going out.
Yeah.
And then I also tapered that, so that way the fog didn't have as much resistance as, a hard edge.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit more for it to have to get through.
Okay.
This just makes its job a little bit easier getting
So
in.
there's no getting around the fact that you need a hot element to create the glycerin and water fog.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But then after that, since it's all vaped up,
right,
we could cool the vape. The vape stuff won't vanish.
Right.
Because it's already in the air.
Right.
No backsies. That's what Newton said when he was writing the laws of thermodynamics.
The apple hit him in the head.
That was like, the third law.
Oh, I can't throw the apple back up at the tree. No backsies.
Right.
And then the other part, like I said, we want to take that flow of now slow-moving cold fog, and we want to spread it out even more, right?
Okay.
So all this is just a funnel shape, has lots of ports for the fog to come out of.
We're doing what? Ice or gel packs, or what are we doing for cold in here?
So you can do it with ice, but I got ice packs because what we can do with ice packs is we can arrange them like a heat sink for a CPU, which will give us more surface area for that fog to touch with.
That was my real question, so the tube will be in here?
No.
Oh.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have the fog just go in here, and it's going to create a saturated, cold environment.
Let's skip to where we do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let me go get the ice packs.
One of the things that I thought was really good about this design is not only does it have vents to come out and it goes from a tube to the wide thing, but also for a split second I was like, why is this here? Then I realized, of course, so that it lays flat, because if it was like this, it'd be tumbling out and we would get turbulence, which is our enemy. We want nice laminar flow. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of these. So we would want to stack these, what? Vertically like this so they could pass through?
I think sideways like this, because we want to be able to put the lid on. We don't want any fog getting out. But before we do that, we have to drill 2 holes. A thing to keep in mind is the fog comes out of that, it does come out very hot. I've burned myself a few times, I've melted things. This will eventually melt, but it's gonna work for what we want it to do.
Wait, that will melt?
Yeah, it's PVC, it's just vinyl, polyvinyl chloride. So
Okay.
it will melt eventually, and if it catches on fire, it'll create chlorine gas. But it's thick enough, and there's enough mass here.
I guess this is the part where we're saying this is by no means a sensible solution for the podcaster at home. This is merely a proof of concept.
It's a demonstration. Okay, so if you want to come over here on my side, so I picked a diameter pipe that's gonna fit over our nozzle like that.
Got it.
And if you could line up kind of so that's nice
The same height.
Yep, and then make a mark at that level so when I drill the hole, the pipe will be fairly level going into it.
Is that level?
It's close enough for us chickens.
Got it. That's the metal. Got it.
Okay, thank you.
And then. Can you put your feet there? There you go. There we go.
Nice. Okay, and then we're gonna flip this over on the other side, but leave enough room for our flange. So just, there we go, that's good.
Okay.
Earlier, I went down to your well, and I stole a length of this.
Yeah, this does look like some sci-fi haunted house piping. I'm from the planet Glaxar.
I'm a robot and my organs are falling out.
Exactly.
Oh no. I need you to take my knife.
Yes.
And I need you to cut me off a length that's about 4 feet long, okay?
Okay, got it. Your blade is very sharp, sir.
Thank you, it's fresh. That needs to go on the end of this. One of the ends.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
And it's gonna be a little bit too big, so you're gonna have to give it a little bit
We
of
just need kind of a shoehorn. Where's Dougie Fresh?
while you're doing
That
that.
was a reference to a rap song that nobody got.
Hey, yo, son, what? Push your mouth on. No, Rick, I was about to, but I need a true home. Why?
And while you're doing that, I'm going to tape our flange on.
There we go.
Just wrap tape around it now at this point.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be chilled by the time it comes out here, isn't it?
Yeah, that is important note. An important note is for the fog going in, you don't want to use 3D printed parts for that because they will melt.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's literally why plastics are the way they are, is so that the 3D printer can melt them.
Thermoplastics, certainly. Yeah.
That'll do her.
Okay, I'm going to give you my knife. That other end has to go on here eventually.
Okay. And it'll still be cold coming in on this.
If it's not cold by that point, then
we have a problem.
Yeah.
I really doesn't want to. Yeah, go down in there. There we go. Good at it. Whatever. Okay. All right.
Okay. Heyo, we built a fog chiller.
What do you think? Well, this way it's just gonna treat it like a wall. We want it to go in between all these.
Yeah, so we kind of want them to arrange like this. And what we could do is we could build a.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. If we do this.
That would give. Yeah.
Let's see.
What if we did them like that?
Oh, yeah. So like shuffled cards.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, actually, here's what we'll do.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
We just want to make sure that we're alternating, so that way we aren't just letting it have a direct path through. We want it to have to mix and mingle. And
oh, yeah. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then these guys, maybe like this.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Okay, now there's one last little secret ingredient.
Yes.
We want denser, thicker fog, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned that fog juice is glycerin and water, right?
Yeah. Oh, so add more glycerin.
Exactly.
Alter. We're gonna.
This is mostly
hack
water.
Fog juice.
Most of water just evaporates into transparent steam because it's distilled water.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of using this, if we just buy the raw ingredients, we can create a juice that makes much more dense fog.
Wait, those are both glycerin?
This is propylene glycol, which is another additive used in fog juice.
Okay.
And this is pure vegetable glycerin. It's the exact same stuff, just concentrated.
Okay, so also a reason that this is probably not a long-term solution, because I'd imagine by your 100th podcast, people would be gumming as they walk forward.
Eventually, yes. But remember, we're atomizing this.
Yep.
Right? So we're getting a thin film.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that we've also effectively made a filter, right?
Yeah.
This is very similar to how like an air filter works. It's just much bigger holes.
Oh, yeah, so a lot of the gloop is gonna stay in here.
You got it.
Especially because of the, okay, all right,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drain a little bit of the tank of that fog machine real quick.
Okay.
And if you wanted to make me a cup,
What, 50-50 of this?
50-50, you got it.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
See how much thicker that is?
Yeah.
That's gonna give us some good stuff.
Hope it's safe.
Oh yeah, people inhale this stuff.
Well, I mean for the electronics everywhere.
Yeah.
And for the curtains. And for the
fine.
upholstery.
Oh, you worry too much.
You know what I do. Go ahead. Let's
Bring me
go
the
nuts.
Please
All right.
bring the chiller.
All right.
I've also got.
Oh no! I didn't think about the twistiness of this.
So I also made sure to cut this kind of long.
Yep.
Because that'll give us a little bit of
Hot,
time
hot, hot.
for it to cool down.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pop that in there. We might get a little bit of leakage, but men of our age, you know.
All right.
Okay, Brian.
Shall I?
We are ready.
Okay, there's our leakage. Oh, it stopped much faster. It overheated.
It can be because it gets too hot. It also can be because there is heat loss from the fluid flowing through it,
Yeah.
and then it gets too cold. And so instead of just spitting out liquid, it stops and
Well,
waits for it to reheat.
it doesn't look like we got any airflow going. We didn't test to see whether or not we choked everything off.
We also want it to fill up.
Man. Oh, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's running longer now, but we have more spillage. But
you can see
just that amount, you can see how chilled. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
In fact, and it's barely even coming out of this.
Well, yeah. And I think
Actually, that looks freaking awesome.
pretty great, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is already a massive improvement. From where I'm sitting, I got this awesome rainbow groove happening.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, and it really is doing the full spooky haunted forest.
I would like to seal up that lid at some point.
Okay, but the problem is it doesn't have enough propulsion to really blow the air through.
Well, we're losing a lot of air through the crack in the lid.
If we seal it all the way up, then I think it's going to choke very, very quickly. And I ran into the same thing with my well. Like the well doesn't have the horsepower to pump all the way up from the ground and then pump through a tight, restricted valve. Why don't we keep the cold chain and just reduce and make the airflow better? Okay, yeah.
We
Then
cool with that?
seal that up. Is it doing anything?
Oh, it's doing something. So now I'm wondering, why is there no fog just billowing out of there? Because it's coming out of there real robust.
So here, hold that. 1 unit of pushing fog out is what it
there it
has
goes.
at the front, right?
Yeah.
And then we're just, then it takes more to even get it out of that tube. I think it should be downhill, and you should just cover, we should just have this sitting on ice all the way down through this tube.
So what is the benefit of that?
Because
Of opposed to having the fog go directly into this?
Because the longer, this is the principle behind the human crazy straw and everything else, is like the longer the tube, it's like resistance. It's like resistance with electricity. The longer the tube, the more the resistance. We've taken 1 unit of fog pushing ability from this fog machine, and we've already dampened it a lot. You noticed how it just barely comes out. It's not blowing at all. And then we put even more resistance blocking it, and then even more here, right? So
It's kind of like how there's a maximum level of suck in a straw.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's like, a straw gets significantly harder to suck down the longer it is, right? And so what we've done is we made the straw too long, and so as a result, that little fog unit isn't able to push the amount of fog that it wants to. So what we could do is we could build an ice fort.
Yeah, like
There we go.
a luge.
Yeah,
For the,
exactly. So now, like all of this is making a cold sink in the PVC tube.
Yep.
So now it should have a much easier time rolling out, and it doesn't look like it was experiencing much turbulence. So you can see some of it is rising, and it is still warm. Yeah. Whoa, I should not breathe this. All right, I have an idea.
So it's kind of doing it there. What's your idea?
Well, we're getting a separation. I'm gonna go get some ice.
Okay. A little bit of the glycerin got sucked up in the tube.
Ah, so it's clogged.
And so it's coming out, but it's not coming out at the same chutzpah, you know? So I just thinned it a little bit.
Okay,
and mixed it up. Do we want to try it without the lid first to see how it looks?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So now we've given it a little bit of time, so hopefully the tube itself is cooled down.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, it's almost chilled. Let's try putting the lid on.
Okay. Check that out.
Well, the part that it's not coming out the way we expected, but
well, that is how I expected it to come out. It's just also coming out over here. So we could run a bead of tape around here real quick, because that is much better.
I don't think we're gonna get more out of here by sealing this off.
Look at that, though. Look at that. It's doing it.
It does look great. It's really wild to see the difference of what clearly is the hot fog close to the element, which is very active and very interested in going straight up. I got to go hang gliding once, and that's what you do. Just like a vulture or a condor, you find a thermal and you just ride it all the way up. Here, you want to try holding this down? I don't think we...
When you seal that off, so much more comes out of that.
You're right. Oh, that looks awesome. Oh, Kmart Vincent Price, you were right. Goblins howl.
Creatures crawl.
We'll very slowly and carefully gaff tape. Let's see if we can tape more of those ice on the PVC.
Sure, like that?
Yeah, that's what, like a cartoon cold compress from a cartoon character who got bonked on the head.
Like Goofy just went to the dentist and they tied a rag around his head?
Exactly. Even like that.
Oh, heck, yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Very quick, low-budget ways of doing this is a much wider diameter flexible pipe and frozen water bottles.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you fill the pipe with frozen water bottles, and then by the time it gets snaked out, it's nice and cold.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so all you have to do every time you want to do a podcast is just this very simple setup.
Hire a cleaning crew afterwards. It does. Man, you nailed it, though. This was 100% as promised. Can I do the monster approaches move?
Yes. Oh, it's under the floor.
Oh!
Oh, too spooky for me, man.
I almost slipped and ate it. Okay, I'm gonna try landing with 2 feet. Well, that was more the turbulence of... All right, well, I'm gonna give this the rating of, for one very special Halloween episode, 10 out of 10. For a ongoing solution for my podcast studio, maybe a 0.5. But that's awesome, man. All right, Brandt, I don't want to freak you out and scare you, but I'm about to freak you out and scare you. I want you to take a look at this. You see this? You know what this is? This here is a graph, it's a chart. You know what bad guy scammers are doing with AI, Brandt? They're scamming. That's 2024. That was the biggest record on year for AI-powered scams. Guess where we are now? It's 2025. There's not even room on the board. It's already all the way. It's a scam apocalypse. I hear what you're asking, Brandt. You're asking, what can I do about that?
What can I do about that?
First of all, you should hire me for your social engineering security training. I'm dead serious about this. I'm onto something. And after that, you're gonna go to privacy.com/rogue. Privacy is going to keep your money safe. You know what the problem with credit cards are?
I don't.
They keep stealing them. They, skimmers and scammers, flim-flammers, put them in the slammers. That's what I say. Maybe you're thinking, Brian, I'm not worried about AI-powered scams. You might not get scammed, but what about that service you're using credit cards for? Then your real credit card is out there in the wild. I say you go to privacy.com/rogue, and when you sign up, you're gonna get $5 to spend. You're gonna start creating cards. You can have merchant-locked cards. You could have single-use cards. You could track your spending. If you have teenage kids, you can limit what they can spend on. Oh, I'm not talking about any one major cable provider that kept on billing me on a card, even after I told them and legitimately canceled everything. I'm not mad. No, I am mad. I should have used privacy. I should have gone to privacy.com/rogue. I used to be dumb and use my credit cards for things. Now I use cards from privacy.com/rogue. So get your $5 sign-up bonus at privacy.com/rogue. You can use it on your first purchase. Privacy has a free plan with no transaction fees for domestic purchases. Protect your financial identity online with virtual cards.
This video is supported in part by viewers like you at patreon.com/modernrogue, where we just recently posted this behind-the-scenes look at the visual treatment for our recent video on the board game, Camel Up.
Looks like there's a little moisture from left over from the well, but that's all right.
Yeah. It could also be some of the testing I did last night, where I filled a cardboard box with cold beers from the fridge
Brilliant.
and then built this thing again.
Oh, wait, no, that's brilliant.
So you could do that if you were having a party or something like that and you wanted to,
Yeah.